build a wall. You can't stump the Trump.
President of the United States, okay? That is what we get if it were just. I'll tell you what, we don't need that. We don't need that. That's essentially what we have now.
Can't stop the Trump. You're right. Can't stop this crowd. Can't stop this crowd. But think of it. Jeb's a nice person. He really is. We had a question in the previous debate about waterboarding. They asked Ted Cruz. He was on my left, right? I've been in the middle. You are reprimanded. You are reprimanded.
We will build a wall that works, and I'll get Donald Trump to pay for it.
I'll build it. All right, get out of here, kid. Get out of here, kid.
You have not been willing to attack Mr. Trump in public, but you did question his judgment in having control of. You did question his judgment. Judgment.
You call it whatever you want. I want to tell you, they lied. They lied. They lied. Okay. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none, and they knew there were none.
That certainly will be fair game. Certainly if they play the woman's card with respect to me, that will be fair game.
You mentioned Monica Lewinsky. Are you saying an alleged extramarital affair that, of course, he has now admitted, is that fair game in a campaign?
Yeah. Is that alleged? I don't think that's alleged.
No, he's admitted it. He's admitted
it. If he's admitted it, you don't have to use the word alleged.
Right, which is right, exactly. So.
Joining us now, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump. Donald, how are you this morning?
Good morning, but you have to get the facts correct also.
Please, Trump. Please, no Stump.
Because in Sarasota you said 5,000 people, and you can check this very carefully because it was announced by the government. It was 12,000 people, not 5,000.
Stumped within the first 10 seconds. This might be a new world record.
Amazing! But we had a case where Sanders, can you imagine this guy, a socialist/communist, is doing well? No, he's beating Hillary Clinton. Can you believe this? This guy.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Did I scare you? You scared the hell out of me.
We fit 74-year-old.
I know, I am. And you know what I'm thinking of doing?
Not with me. Not with me.
That'll scare you into doing silly things. Do I get involved in senior boxing?
Can you get? He's a whack job. He's a wacko. He's beating Hillary Clinton.
Okay. So maybe I'm wrong.
Holy shit. A wild chill has appeared. Will she finally be the one to stump the Trump?
Maybe you can prove me wrong, but I don't think that you're a friend to woman. Friend to woman. So if you become president, will a woman make the same as a man? And do I get to choose what I do with my body?
That's it. It's all over now. Surely the Trump has finally been stumped.
You're going to make the same if you do as good a job.
Immigration is down. Why is this such a big topic for you right now?
Well, immigration's a very big topic. Take a look at all the crime that's being committed. Go take a look at it.
The research says the crime does not match what you're saying. The research, the Pew Research, which is independent, says.
Don't be naive. You're a very naive person.
There is no way to stump the Trump.
The Pew Research says that
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Immigrants on the whole create.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Try getting it out. I'll get it out. I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about.
And let's dispel once and for all with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Barack Obama is undertaking a systematic effort to change this country, to make America more like the rest of the world. That's why he passed Obamacare and the stimulus and Dodd-Frank and a deal with Iran. It is a systematic effort to change America.
Fact is, when you talk about Hezbollah's Sanctions Act that you list as one of your accomplishments and just did, you weren't even there to vote for it. That's not leadership, that's truancy.
But I would add this, let's dispel with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He is trying to change this country.
You see, everybody, I want the people at home to think about this. That's what Washington, D.C. does. The drive-by shot at the beginning with incorrect and incomplete information, and then the memorized 25-second speech that is exactly what his advisors gave him.
Chris, your state got hit by a massive snowstorm 2 weeks ago. You didn't even want to go back. They had to shame you into going back. And then,
oh, fuck. Marco stepped in it now.
You stayed there for 36 hours, and then he left and came back to campaign. See, those are the facts. Here's the bottom line. This notion that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing is just not true.
There it is.
He knows exactly what's
There it is. The memorized 25-second speech.
Well, that's the reason why this campaign is so important.
Governor Christie,
Chris, why don't you know what the shame is?
Get into this.
You know what?
Shut up, Jeb.
The shame is, Marco? The shame is that you would actually criticize somebody for showing up to work, plowing the streets, getting the trains run back on time, when you've never been responsible for that in your entire life.
Okay. He didn't want to go back.
And the fact is, I went back, it got done, and here's
something. You didn't want to go back.
I went back. Oh, so wait a second. Is that one of the skills you get as a United States Senator, ESP also?
Chris, everybody, you said you weren't going to go back.
The fact is, Marco.
He told everyone he wasn't going to go back, and they had to shame him into going back.
Marco, because.
And then when he decided to go back, he criticized the young lady, saying, "What am I supposed to do? Go back with a mop?
By the way,
clean up the flooding?"
It gets very unruly when he gets off his talking.
Thank you, Governor.
Surely Marco Rubio just had a bad night. Surely this won't happen again, right?
Re-election to the Senate, and I'm running for president. This notion and this idea that somehow, this is an accident. Obamacare was not an accident. Dodd-Frank was not an accident. I'm going to keep saying that because not only is it the truth, it is at the core of our campaign.
But even after Chris Christie called you up for what he called canned speeches, 25-second canned speeches, you repeated again. He says, "There you go." Again, that was not a good moment for you, was it?
It's what I believe. And
we are taking our message to families that are struggling to raise their children in the 21st century, because as you saw, Jeanette and I are raising our 4 children in the 21st century, and we know how hard it's become to instill our values in our kids instead of the values they try to ram down our throats. In the 21st century, it's become harder than ever to instill in your children the values they teach in our homes and in our church instead of the values that they try to ram down our throats.
Holy shit. He did it again. What is going on? It seems that Team Marco has become unhinged. Someone help that brave lad. Holy fucking shit. Team Marco beat up Reddit.
And let's dispel once and for all with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Barack Obama is undertaking a systematic effort to change this country, to make America more like the rest of the world. That's why he passed Obamacare
I
and the
gotta tell you,
stimulus
this
and
is just
Dodd-Frank
crazy.
and a deal with Iran.
This is just nuts, okay?
Oh my god. Chris Christie sacrificed his life to destroy Rubio. He did his part to make America great again. Godspeed, you glorious fat man.
This notion that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing is just not true.
There it is.
He knows exactly what
The memorized 25-second speech. Wait a second. Is that one of the skills you get as a United States Senator, ESP also?
I'm curious about the Clinton campaign's defense of the allegations that she made in the debate about Donald Trump's words and video of him being used by ISIS.
It's pretty obvious. I mean, it's all over Twitter. Al Jazeera is printing. It's all over the Muslim world. I mean,
That just, what's going on? Said
In
that
the country.
video of Donald Trump is being used by ISIS to recruit. That's not true.
I don't think ISIS itself has made a video, but it's all over the Arab world, and ISIS is, in fact, using videos of Donald Trump trashing Muslims to recruit. That is true. Do we have evidence of that?
I'm sorry. Where are you getting this?
Sure, just look on Twitter.
Twitter.
Oh. Well, there you have it. Why is it? On what basis, though?
Yeah, on what's your basis, Howard?
We need toughness. Honestly, I think Jeb is a very nice person. He's a very nice person, but we need tough people. We need toughness. We need intelligence, and we need tough. I'm the tough guy.
You said in September 30th that ISIS was not a
am I
not
talking or are you talking, Jeb?
I'm talking right now. I'm talking.
You can go back. You're not talking. You interrupted me,
September 30th,
Are you going to apologize, Jeb? No. Am I allowed to finish?
Yes, one at a time. Go ahead,
Am I allowed to finish?
Go ahead, Mr. Trump.
So,
little of your
again,
own medicine
I know you're trying to
Governor
build
Bush,
up your energy,
please,
Jeb, but it's not working
one at a time.
Yeah, I was mentioned, so I can bring up something, I think, right?
Oh fuck, the Prince of Quack is about to stump the Trump. He's become unhinged.
Look, the simple fact is, if you think this is tough and you're not being treated
this
fairly,
isn't tough and easy.
Imagine what it's going to be like dealing with Putin, or dealing with
as you,
President Xi, or dealing with the Islamic terrorism that exists. This is a tough business.
Tactical nuke incoming!
To run for president.
I know you're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is principled. You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the presidency.
Let's see. I'm at 42 and you're at 3. So far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
So far I'm doing better. You know, you started off over here, Jeb. You're moving over further and further. Pretty soon you're going to be off the end.
This doesn't do a thing to solve the problem.
That's essentially what we have now, and we don't need that. And that's why we're in the trouble that we're now. And by the way, Jeff, you mentioned Boeing. Take a look. They order planes. They make Boeing build their plant in China. They don't want them made here. They want those planes made in China. That's not the way the game is supposed to be played.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Very briefly.
Hey, my name was mentioned. My name was mentioned here. The simple fact is that the plane that's being built here is being sold to China. You can, if you flew in with your 767, didn't you? Right there, right next to the plant.
No, the new planes. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about in the future. They're building massive plants in China because China does not want Boeing building their planes here. They want it built in China because China happens to be smart the way they do it. And we don't need a weak person being president of the United States, okay? Because that's what we'd get if it were I'll tell you what. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need
foolish bold merchant.
The problem was it was to tear down. It was to
Jeb
tear
wants
down.
to be. He wants to be a tough guy. He wants to be a tough guy tonight.
Mr. Trump, take 30 seconds.
Let me just. He wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times you'll have, and it doesn't work very well.
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Let me talk. Quiet.
How tough is it?
A lot of times. That's all of his donors and special interests out there. So that's what it is. That's what. And by the way, let me just tell you, we needed tickets. You can't get them. You know who has the tickets for the? I'm talking about to the television audience. Donors, special interests, the people that are putting up the money. So it is. The RNC told us we have all donors in the audience, and the reason they're not loving me, the reason they're not loving me is I don't want their money. I'm going to do the right thing for the American public. I don't want their money. I don't need their money. And I'm the only one up here that can say that.
Then no one fears us, and they take actions that are against our national interests.
Tell me what you'd say to American people out there who are sitting at home, who have daughters, who might worry about those answers and might worry that the draft is reinstituted.
Well, the draft's not going to be reinstituted.
Foolish bold merchant.
The very basic fact is that Vladimir Putin is not going to be an ally of the United States. Vladimir Putin is not going to be an ally of the United States. Vladimir Putin is not going to be an ally of the United States. Vladimir Putin is not going to be an ally of the United States.
Foolish quackboard merchant.
My brother was building a security apparatus to keep us safe, and I'm proud of what he did. And he's had the gall to go after
the World Trade Center came down.
He's had the gall to go after my mother.
Remember that. Hold on.
Let me finish. Had the gall to go after my mother.
That's not keeping.
Look, I won the lottery when I was born 63 years ago. Looked up and I saw my mom. My mom.
Stop talking.
Mom is the strongest woman I know.
She should be running.
This is not about my family.
She should be running.
This is not about.
XDDDDDDDD.
If only you had known the kind of retribution attempting to stump the Trump would bring down upon you, maybe you would have thought twice. But you couldn't, you didn't, and now you're paying the price. Foolish quackboard merchant.
We came to the right place. How many of you are Democrats? Sure country, too.
Senator Cruz, you suggested Mr. Trump, quote, embodies New York values. Could you explain what you mean by that?
You know, I think most people know exactly what New York values are. And I was asked what I thought of that, and I said, well, if he wanted to play a song, maybe he could play New York, New York. And you know, the concept of New York values is not that complicated to figure out. And I guess I can frame it another way. Not a lot of conservatives come out of Manhattan. I'm just saying.
Hold it, you dummies. Brace, look, in New York, we took a big hit with the World Trade Center. Worst thing ever, worst attack ever in the United States. Worse than Pearl Harbor because they attacked civilians. They attacked people having breakfast. But when you want to knock New York, you got to go through me. New York is an amazing place with amazing people.
So, conservatives actually do come out of Manhattan, including William F. Buckley and others, just so you understand. And just so, if I could, because he insulted a lot of people, I've had more calls on that statement that Ted made. That New York is a great place. It's got great people. It's got loving people, wonderful people. When the World Trade Center came down, I saw something that no place on earth could have handled more beautifully, more humanely than New York. You had 100. Well, I have a lot of men down here right now. We have over 100, and we have about 125 coming. So we'll have a couple of hundred people down here. And they're very brave, and what they're doing is amazing. And we will be involved in some form in helping to reconstruct. You had 2 110-story buildings come crashing down. I saw them come down. Thousands of people killed. And the cleanup started the next day, and it was the most horrific cleanup probably in the history of doing this and in construction. I was down there, and I've never seen anything like it. And the people in New York fought and fought and fought, and we saw more death, and even the smell of death. Nobody understood it, and it was with us for months, the smell, the air. And we rebuilt downtown Manhattan. And everybody in the world watched, and everybody in the world loved New York and loved New Yorkers. And I have to tell you, that was a very insulting statement that Ted made. Governor.
Totally pwned Cruz's bones with that. Pwned his bones with that 9/11 throwback. I think it was Brill's.
You're having a hard time tonight.
Hey, Ted, I'm leading by a lot. And I said, what did I say? You didn't read it. Read the full statement of what I said. Read the full statement. Read the full statement. Read the full statement. No, you're not reading the full statement. Go ahead, get out the full statement. Read it.
I know. I remember Tim Russert very well. He was a friend of mine. He was a good man. No, but read the full statement.
My question is, what
okay. Look, they have their choice.
Mr. Stumps, the full soundbite from Tim Russert, you said to him was, "I'm very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion."
Correct. Why didn't you read that? By the way, why didn't you read that before?
I pulled it up to
No, but why didn't you read that before? You didn't read, I hate the concept of abortion. Excuse me.
Are you a trustworthy?
Excuse me, very trustworthy. More so than you. Because you know what? You didn't read the question. See, when you quoted Tim Russert, you didn't read what you just said. Read it again. No, read it again.
I'll read it now.
Go ahead.
Very pro-choice. I hate the concept of
and you were quoting, excuse me, you were quoting Tim and you were quoting me. Why didn't you read my quote the way I said it?
Sir, I tried to pull it up and I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Well, then you got to get Wi-Fi, okay? Don't ask me questions like that. You're not a very good reporter doing that. Okay, go ahead.
I bought you so many vanilla milkshakes you owe me. You owe me chicks.
Excuse me.
Chicks.
Get out! Legitimate question. Do you apologize? No, do you apologize? Yeah.
Get ready for a stumping, lads.
For not reading my words. No. For not reading my words. No, do you apologize for not reading my words? Excuse me. Do you apologize for not reading my exact words? No. I didn't ask that. I didn't ask that. Excuse me. You quoted me and you took out the main part of the quote. I'm just asking, do you apologize? Okay, forget you.
This disgraceful reporter will never work in this town again. He was stumped so hard that we'll see him working at the Huffington Post.
One other quick story. Nabisco, Oreos, right? Nabisco, right? Oreos. They're closing their big plant in Chicago. They're moving it to Mexico. I'll never eat another Oreo again, ever.
You can't stump the Trump.
Hello, Iowa. It's great to be here. He will be unbelievable. The best deal maker, the best master negotiator.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
Meanwhile,
Do you think you can win head-to-head?
Are you taking off?
Yeah, they're going with me.
Hey, let's hop out of my way.
We're taking it.
Good John. Good. Looks like a nervous wreck. He's going down. He had his moment.
Huge fellow. Apparently the Bernie Sanders campaign. You know, I'm curious.
Look at yourself in the mirror.
He looks like a nervous wreck. He's going down. He had his moment. This dopey guy, Glenn Beck, he looks like hell. He's doing very badly. His thing is falling apart. His company's falling apart. He's always crying. I mean, I see this guy. He's a sad sack.
Centipede.